Hi, I'm Demita, and I'm a mindset and fitness coach.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, and I'm a health and fitness coach.
And boy,
Do we have something for you?
do you want a slim waist?
Are you tired of making those I need accountability partner posts on Facebook?
Ready to fix that stomach part a little bit?
Well, come and join our ultimate ab makeover challenge where abs are transformed from home.
For the low price of $91, you can go from this to this.
And for the even lower price of $90.99, you can join our ultimate ab challenge so you can transform your abs from home.
Are you ready?
See you there.
Okay, so those of you that don't know, I am a mindset and fitness coach. So that is a challenge that I'm currently doing, on the 2nd of July. Let me turn this down real quick. Streamer, I want to be all ghetto. Anyway, so this is the perfect challenge for somebody who has been talking about working out for a long time, somebody who doesn't have a consistent workout regimen. It's going to be us creating a habit. We're going to be talking more about how to stay on track, and we're going to have fun. There's also a cash prize of $150, which if you pay the $91 to join and you win the challenge, you get your money back plus some. So definitely check out the link below. It's in the description. If you want more information, click that link, send me a message, however you choose. So anyway, we are here today to talk about Ready to Love Dallas season 8 episode 2. Now, I know me and my sister did a quick recap. Well, really wasn't quick, but we did a video on our first thoughts about the episode that aired this Friday. Now, I had some other shit to say. All right. Okay. I had something else to say. Now we know Brandon left. He's out of there. I don't know if he should have been cut before Habibi, but it is what it is. I mean, could he have made some connections if he would had another chance to stay? Right. That's what I want to know from you guys. Um, so the ladies have the power this week, and they start off with a group brunch where Tommy comes in and says all his Tommyisms. Um, but it seems like Marvin and Unique have a little sparky spark. You know what I mean? Like he likes her submissive energy, and this guy is a Libra, and so Lord have mercy. But he likes Unique submissive energy. She is very curious, so we will see how that plays out. Jessica is like, no, it's a no for Marvin. She called it tomfoolery. Anyway, so but the overall, I noticed the ladies are intrigued. Like there are more ladies that they've shown that have been interested than not. Like they want to just know what it's all about, even if they're not interested in him. It seems like they are intrigued. Okay, um, so they talk about they talk about you know how their first day was at this brunch, and they're trying to still make connections, and I don't know, like that that brunch seemed a little bit dry to me. But oh, I forgot to mention Marvin was also on Kamisha's Ready to Love review panel that happens every Saturday afternoon. I think it's 12:05 Central Time. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. Marvin was on the panel this past week, and he really did well on the panel. He was on the panel with a whole bunch of women, and they were talking. They had questions. They was giving it to him. You know what I mean? He was very open. He was very transparent. He filled in a little bit of a few blanks about things that we've already seen. I.e., the situation with Kira and Janelle. He said the word bully, that Janelle was bullying Kira. I think y'all call her white boots, but she was bullying her, and he admired the way that Kira responded because she was very classy about it. So whatever we saw on camera must have been times 10. So that's all I'll say on that. But anyway, back to the recap. Um, so Habibi says Tequila reminds him of himself. So I guess that's something we should keep in mind when we're watching. Um, but he felt some type of way about being on the chopping block. So he said something about that. But I mean, his questions are bold, and I'm sure production had a ball editing this guy. Just from some of the things that he said in this episode, I was just like, Habibi! And, you know, it was just really, really, some parts were cringy to watch. But Sierra was feeling Habibi at first until he made that comment about her mother. And, you know, he just seems very unaware, like, of himself. Um, I don't know what to say about him. But then, you know, Red and Unique revisit that conversation about the thought job, and Red says again how he felt disrespected, and he says he meets disrespect with disrespect. Okay, Red is on the petty scale. He's at the top of the petty scale. If you give him a 10, he gonna go 15, right? So, but the thing that was irritating me is that Unique apologized, right? Why are you still harping on this? Like, can we move on in the conversation? Can we try to get back? Can we start all over from the beginning? Like, come on, like, give me something, because we're on camera, we're filming the show. I'm actually trying to see if, you know, there is something, but no, it did not end well. And he said maybe his person is somebody else. Maybe she's not his person. So then we go forward, and Tequila set up a group date. And so the people at the group date were Kira, Habibi, Red, Phil, and Janelle. And so they start to talk or whatever, and Tequila asks Phil, like, why they didn't talk anymore. And he says her sexual questions were too much too soon. So, you know, I don't know. But then Janelle walks in, and she sits down, and they got into a conversation about who people were feeling, and Habibi was the center of attention, and she was like, well, who do you like? I don't even know who you like. I don't even know who you're feeling. So he said, yeah, because that's because we didn't talk. She said we did. And then her confessional cutaway, she says that Habibi made a comment about her body or whatever. And so anyway, but all the people were feeling the attention at the event or whatever, but she did not want to talk about it. She didn't want to bring it up. Now, what I will say is that we don't know what's really going on here, because for instance, when Sierra and Habibi were having that meal, and he said her mother ain't shit, she repeated in the women's lounge that he said fuck your mother. So what, I don't know whether he said both, your mother ain't shit and fuck your mother, but that's how she translated it. So going off of what we see, maybe Janelle reworded, you know, what he said. I don't know. I'm trying to give the dude the benefit of the doubt, even though he doesn't really deserve it. But maybe it was just mistranslated, because, you know, if you change one or two words, then the whole sentence's meaning changes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, because I feel like she should have brought it up right there in his face in front of everybody, so it could be caught on camera and addressed. Because the last thing we about to do is it's going to be your word against mine at the end of the show after everything's happened. I'm going to put it up right there in his face where he had a chance to either defend it, deny it, or whatever. Because whether he told the truth or not, it would have been captured. And you know, I don't know. That's just me though. But so they kind of get away from that conversation. So okay, hold on. Let me see. What I took some notes, y'all. Interesting that Janelle said she didn't know who. Yeah. So I thought it was interesting that she even cared about who he liked. If he said something so offensive to you, why would you even care? That's how I was looking at that. But we'll see how it plays out, because all we have to go off is the footage that OWN has presented to us. So the cast will be upset about some of the stuff that we deduce from these clips that we're getting together, but they have to understand, like, all we can go off is what we see. That's all we can go off of. Even though we know stuff happened behind the scenes, we can't really consider that while we're watching the show, because the possibilities are endless. So that's the reason why post interviews are really important, because you get to explain what happened, or you can go on your YouTube channel, or you can go on your Instagram channel, but understand that we're only able to comment and make come to conclusions based off of what we see. It's only so much of consideration for editing that we can take because we just don't know what the possibilities are. So y'all got to give us some grace on that. It's not that we're personally judging you all because we don't know you, but we have to go off what was shown to us in order to review the show. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. But anyway, so that whole group date happens, and then Aries throws a group date, and this one I feel like was more personable. It was probably a lot better of a vibe because Aries actually put in thought about who she should invite and who liked who and things like that. So let me see who was at that one because. Oh, I didn't talk about Red. Okay, Red. Let's talk about Red and Kira and Janelle. Red is feeling both Kira and Janelle. Janelle is becoming very territorial over Red, and it's is they captured all of that on camera. So we'll see how that goes because Kira is not feeling Janelle because of how Janelle was talking condescendingly to her, but in Marvin's words, she was bullying Kira. So but Janelle, it's a dating show. Like you guys signed up to date multiple people at once, so you really can't treat other people a certain way just because you guys like the same person. Like everybody is, you're all dating and trying to get to know the same people. So let's chill out on that. But the show's already already filmed, so it's no changing that. But just that's what we're talking about. But anyway, so Aries has her get together and she invites Jessica, Herbert, Sierra, Quentin, and Chris. Now, it comes out at that get together that Sierra is a year abstinent and she likes Herbert. Aries and Quentin made a little connection. She was rubbing on his arm, but they have a 10-year age difference, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. And then I think Lee and Quentin also made a connection as well. So then Sierra and Habibi have a solo date. That's where he talked about her mom. His jokes just don't hit. Lee and Quentin had a solo date. And somebody always gets fed on Ready to Love. Like somebody's always putting some food in somebody's mouth. Anyway, so fast forward to the ladies' lounge. Now, the ladies said they were feeling Quentin, they were feeling Marie, they were feeling Herbert, they were feeling Red and Marvin. But they also mentioned who they were not feeling, and some of the same names came up. A couple people weren't feeling Quentin, and they said that he likes to date white women. Now, I watched the Kamisha Reviews panel this weekend, and Marvin said that possibly could have come from them looking at his Instagram because he is a personal trainer, and a lot of his clients are, white women, and he takes pictures with them or whatever. And so that may have been where they got that from. So who knows? But other people also thought it was a rumor as well. So we'll see how that plays out. This is only episode 2. But Quentin's name came up. Marvin's name came up a couple times. And then Red's name also came up for not feeling. So, they probably all, a lot of them said Habibi too because Taquilla. A lot of them said Habibi too because Taquilla and Janelle end up getting into it. They had a back and forth. Janelle mentions the comment that Habibi made to her, and she said that she turned around to him and he said to her that he would suck her titties the next time or something like that. Then after that, her and Taquilla had back and forth, and Taquilla said it's the energy that you give him. And then Janelle said, none of my people have said that to you. And Taquilla was like, I know. And then she said, don't be mad because Janelle said, don't be mad because they don't like you. And then Taquilla said, I'm not, but they only like you because of your skin color. Now, I disagree with that comment because Janelle doesn't have anything to do with what skin color she is. She didn't pick that. So I feel like Taquilla was hurt a little bit, and that comment came from being hurt. But yeah, so that was that. And then Taquilla stood up, and then Janelle said, "Are you standing up?" And they was just about to go to blows. That that was about to be crazy. It's just crazy the stuff that happens on this show that don't happen on other shows. It's like, how can the other shows keep stuff like this from happening, but these, well, maybe they just don't show it. Maybe they just don't show it. But production had already stood in front of Taquilla before she stood up, though. Like, they was ready. They felt something in the air. But I liken the skin color comment to, like, people being tall or short. That's not determined by the person. That's determined by genetics and heritage. So that's the same thing as the skin color is determined. So it's not in Janelle's control. Character is different. If she would have said something that talked about Janelle's character, that would be different because that would be in her control. But instead, Taquilla's comments spoke to her character because of what she chose to say, and it kind of made her point a little moot because she went low. It's kind of like, once somebody does something unfair, it's like they lost. You know what I mean? So when people are hurt, sometimes they go low. But she seemed regretful, though. She seemed like she was apologetic for her behavior and maybe what she said. So it probably, like, I feel like they be in those women's lounges and men's lounges for like 2 hours deliberating and talking, and anything could be said. So I mean, that, I can imagine how that is. So anyway, so in the bottom, Habibi is in the bottom and Red is in the bottom. Now, Red got called a boring comedian, so he gonna have to step it up next week. Hopefully he did. But Habibi ends up going home and Red lives to thought another day. Okay. But then next episode there is a curveball. There's gonna be somebody else joining the cast. And Tommy also sets up the next date. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm here for Dallas. I mean, listen, this is what we wanted. We wanted some drama. We wanted some interesting show. And we got to let go of the fact that people are looking for love, because that is not the reason why most people come on this show. And so they may find love, but in the meantime, what else is going on? Because it's a whole process and it's a whole different climate. So let's just watch for the entertainment and the discussion topics that it brings, and rock out like that. Because out of these casts, there always comes some good. We get to learn about new businesses. We get to learn about new people. We get to see Black people dating, even though it's not always in the most positive light. This is actually a microcosm of some of the things that are going on out in the world. A lot of people can relate to these dating experiences, even though you personally may not, which is, it's redundant, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, each of our experiences is different, and there's some part of all of us that we can relate to this show because we all watch it. So even if we, don't really love the show, there's some reason that's drawing us to watch it. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday night. Thursday night is Thursday Night Live with those two sisters, and we're gonna talk about some trending topics, and we're gonna talk about some other Ready to Love stuff, because a few things have transpired since the show aired. So we'll see y'all on Thursday. Like the video and subscribe. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this season so far. Let me know. All right, I'm your girl, Demetra Joe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.